Hello everybody, this is Jerry Mateo within the DAW. Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be taking a look at Virtuoso from APL or Applied Psychoacoustics Lab. This is a binaural surround sound mixing plugin that allows you to have multiple input configurations. You can have mono, stereo, SMPTE, film, MPEG-H, Dolby Atmos, which is what I use, Aura 3D, NHK, and regular array. I mean, just look at this. We have the ability to do 9.1.6, both A and B in Dolby Atmos. I think Nuendo does 7.1.4, which is what I use. But this is a very cool plugin. And the reason why I'm really excited about this is because ambisonic mixing, surround sound mixing, stuff like that is starting to become very popular. It's starting to become a norm, where even my cell phone has the ability to have ambisonics. So sometimes I do use it. Sometimes it's actually really cool where you just pop in your earbuds, you turn on the ambisonic mode on your earbuds, and you're able to actually get this really cool sense of space where you can move your head around and pinpoint where everything is around you. It's really cool. It's a little bit of a gimmick right now, but it is steadily becoming very popular. Now you can do sound for film and picture on your headphones. And the way that Virtuoso is doing this is very good. Now, before we get into it, let me show you the importance of having something that's going to properly render this. So I have the session set up in 7.1.4. You have my Q mix that is in 7.1.4. You double check it. Boom. So if we press play, you'll see that you can have multiple layers of channels, right? Of the channel levels. Well, check this out. Let's say I grab this string. If I pan it left to right, sounds like what you would expect. But what happens if I take it out of stereo and into the center channel? You don't hear anything. You don't see anything, you don't hear anything, but you see it on my main outputs because I am capable of doing surround sound. I have multiple speakers and stuff like that. Well, if you don't have multiple speakers, you can't do it. But with Virtuoso, you turn it on, you tell it the input configuration, in this case 7.1.4A, and now you have a center channel. You're able to go behind yourself. Tilt things. Now, keep in mind that when you are doing ambisonic and binaural mixing, lots of these processes take a lot of CPU. What's taking the most of my CPU right now is that I'm rendering instruments in real time and not audio. So all of the panners and everything are working overtime. So in real ambisonic mixing, you would actually render this down into audio where you could then pan it out. And that's why we did get a little bit of pops and clicks. In a normal stereo session, I can have a million of these instruments and it will not bog down the system. Let's take a quick listen to how this is in normal stereo. Let's bypass Virtuoso. Sounds good. Sounds stereo. But in ambisonics, it would sound significantly different. One thing to keep in mind, and I hope that you notice though, we're not getting a big synthetic reverb sound. We have many room presets available to us and more are on the way because this is still in early access. But the macro controls for ambience, RT60, which is essentially a reverb time, the distance from the speakers, I'm at 1.6 from my real speakers, and the gain are not designed to give you a fake untreated room reverb sound. They're designed to give you a very true to life sound where it just sounds like you have multiple speakers around you. And if you're in a treated room, a professional studio, you're not going to have this giant echo chamber of ambience, which is something that I actually have an issue with the other surround sound binaural plugins that I have. I'm not going to name names, but I don't like that. I have to take the reverb completely off, and then you lose the binaural mixing aspect for the ambisonics. It kind of loses a lot of its effect. Now, even if you set the reverb time to its maximum, you never get more than 40 milliseconds, which is very good. You also have headphone calibration, and from what I understand, many more are coming. This is based off of lots of real-time analysis on headphones as well as average analyses. And this is a great way of tuning your headphones. So I have the Hi-Fi Man Sundaras. I have the DT 1770s. I have like 6 of these. We're able to calibrate things and actually get kind of modeled speaker systems, which is essentially just another way of reference checking. And then when you go deeper into the settings, you actually have built-in HRTF settings. You have A, B, and C. These are essentially ways of EQing and calibrating the way that you're hearing things to make it a more realistic ambisonic sound. But you're also able to load up your sofa or your SOFA. This is a custom built one that is measured from your head and your ears. And if you do have one, I highly recommend loading it up. It takes this to another level. The only reason why I'm not doing it, because I do have one, is because you might not like the way that it sounds. Everyone's ears and head are different. Channel mapping can be 1-to-1 or auto. I leave it to auto. You can down mix to nothing, mono, stereo, whatever you want to do, as well as use your LFE low pass 60 to 120 hertz on and off. And then you have head tracking, which can be manual for yaw, pitch, and roll, or OSC, which seems to also allow IEM and NX. I don't know where my head tracker is at the moment. I have a Waves NX head tracker. No clue where it is. I have 2 kids. They might have destroyed it. If they didn't, I'll find it somewhere. I also have cats. So if I do find them, I will come back and revisit this just to check this out. But I also love that we have room size control. And check this out. If we increase the room size, sounds nice and natural. We'll change it to the smallest room. You still don't get that giant fake room sound. It's really great. You do have room dampening control for the high and lows and reverb liveliness and room normalization, but at no point in time does this sound fake. I really like that. The routing matrix is fantastic. You are able to control what goes where. You can left and right click to do this. You can add and remove channels. You shift click to change the volume. You have up to 12 dBs of gain and I think negative 96 dBs. Let me just, yeah, negative 96. It's quite a bit. But yeah, this is a great plugin. And to be honest, ambisonic mixing is great. Let's say we grab this guitar, right? Let's narrow it out a little bit. Let's rotate it, tilt it. And then, of course, if you're using a more advanced panner, you can do level by height. But you see the capabilities that you're able to do, especially in a mix. You can grab multiple things. And you can actually place them in a room. You can make this sound really cool. And if you are listening to ambisonic mixes in your earbuds, it sounds really, really cool. Now, this is not just great for music, right? This is predominantly for video. So what I'm going to do now is close out that session. I accidentally quit Nuendo, so we're going to reopen it up. And we are going to check out how this looks like on film. Before we do that, let's take a quick look. This is the APL Applied Psychoacoustic Lab website. As you see, you are able to get this right now for $100 for early access. This ends February 14th. It'll normally be $300, but you do have a free trial you can download. This is compatible with Pro Tools. This is compatible in Nuendo. You have AAX, VST3, audio units, and a standalone app, which is really cool. I have not tried the app yet, but I really do hope to check it out soon. It's a really lightweight plugin, and I really recommend checking it out. Now back to Nuendo. Let us open up this session so I can show you what it can do. Cool. So we have a session here. It just has a little bit of panning for the footsteps, and for that we're using VR Pro. This is a plugin that can do panning, and as you see, it has output format 7.1.2. And then I am using the sound bed, which is just a stereo sound bed panned to the center. So here we go. Cool. Now, you might not really hear this, but if we bypass the renderer and we just solo up this contact library, you really see the importance of having the ambisonic renderer. You hear how that sounded like it came from right behind you? Check out if we just bypassed this completely. It just sounds dull and boring. And bypassing Virtuoso, it's just a stereo sound. This combined with the automation on the panner really gives you a sense of immersion. And on top of that, when you add the sound beds and stuff like that, with a little fine tuning and some EQing and tweaking, you could totally use this in an ambisonic mix. And then you just bypass it if you have this on your main output and render it out. Do your authoring on Nuendo, whatever you need to do. In my case, what I would normally do is have this in my monitor section, which is right here, my control room. I would have it right here on my headphones or my main outs, wherever I'm monitoring. Right now I have just some limiters here and I'm just all set. Anyway, I hope that was interesting. I hope this was something that you guys might be interested in checking out more of. Like I said, I really like this product. I think it's really good, especially for the price. I would love if APL would essentially add a panning function or a separate panning plugin, because inside of Nuendo, you can actually right-click and use plugins that have ambisonics or other type of panning, like the Air Stereo Width Control, any Mix Pro, VR Pro, Mix Converters version 6, stuff like that. You're able to use that inside of Nuendo as like essentially a native panner. And I think if Virtuoso is anything to talk about the quality that APL is doing, them adding a separate panning effect plugin to do these ambisonic panning would be absolutely amazing. It would definitely have to be a separate product. No one does just both in one. But this is a really good ambisonic mixing on headphones plugin. If you're looking for something that does this, I highly recommend grab the demo. It's very affordable. I will leave a standard link down below, no affiliate link whatsoever. This is just me really liking this product, wanting to share it with you guys. And if you like this whole idea of doing ambisonic mixing binaurally on headphones, leave comments. Let me know, because I really want to do more stuff like this. So if you guys want to see stuff, I can't show you those projects because NDA, but I can just grab more stock footage and do basic stuff. Anyway, this is Jeremy with the DAW. I will see you guys next time. Bye.